Hey Maggie. How did your study session go at the library?
Oh hey Erin. It was pretty good. I'm just beyond ready for finals to be over. This semester has really been a tough one for me.
Oh, I definitely understand that. What are you up to for the rest of the day?
Well, I was about to go grab a bite to eat somewhere quick so I can get back to studying. It's just so much easier to go through a drive-thru at a fast food restaurant than to try to make something at home. I know I've been complaining about how I've gained some weight this semester, but I'll get something healthy wherever I end up going, like a grilled chicken sandwich. Want to come with me?
Sure, I'll go with you, but are you sure you know that what you were going to be getting at that restaurant is actually that much more healthy for you?
What do you mean?
Let me give you an example. When I was a senior in high school, my mom and I discovered this fast food restaurant that had just recently moved to the area we live. We were skeptical about trying it because neither of us prefer fast food over something homemade, but one day we were in a hurry to get somewhere, so we gave it a try. We both got grilled chicken sandwich meals that came with fries and a drink. We knew the fries weren't very good for us, but thought if we drank a diet soda and were eating the grilled chicken breast sandwich that everything would be fine and the French fries couldn't have hurt that bad. We ended up absolutely loving the meal and started eating it more and more often. It was way easier for us to grab lunch there than for us to have to make something at home. After a couple months of eating this quite often, we both noticed that we had started gaining weight. We had no idea where it was coming from and didn't give it much thought. When the weight kept packing on, we started to look into where it was coming from. We soon found out that the grilled chicken sandwich meal we had thought was so nutritious for us was actually making us gain weight because of how unhealthy the meal was. Who would have thought? Just because we were eating grilled chicken, we thought it was okay, but what we didn't know was how many calories the bun, sauce, and marinade had in them. Needless to say, because we had no idea the caloric content of our food, we were gaining weight and our health was starting to decline.
Wow, that's crazy. I wonder if that could be part of the reason I put on a few extra pounds this semester? I do eat out quite a bit. I just feel like there's no time to make anything at home. Plus, I'm not exactly the best cook anyway.
That could definitely be it. And I know it's tough to make things at home with our crazy schedules. That's why we need to make smarter choices when we go out to eat.
That's great. But just one problem. If we were misled thinking something that sounds healthy and that normally is healthy for us really isn't, how are we ever supposed to know if something is nutritional for us or not?
That's a great point, Maggie. It's actually something that has been bothering me and something I've been thinking a lot about since I came back from spring break with Olivia last year. We went to California, and while we were there, I noticed that at every restaurant, whether it was fast food, a sit-down place, or even somewhere like a hot dog stand on a street, the caloric value of every item was posted so every customer could see it. It was so helpful and really eye-opening. I even asked a waitress at one of the restaurants where I ate if that was a law or if California restaurants felt the community deserved to know.
What did she say?
She said that it was a law, and that she has firsthand seen it change people's eating habits for the better.
That's awesome. I wonder if South Carolina has ever thought of doing something like that.
It's something that I definitely think can easily be mandated and want to work on with our state government. The average American eats over 4 commercially prepared meals a week and most of the time has no idea the caloric information of those specific meals. Considering South Carolina is one of the few states with an obesity rate of over 30%, something needs to be done in our restaurants to help people make smarter choices.
I definitely agree with you. If I went to a restaurant and was able to see the exact number of calories I'd be taking in if I chose to eat a certain meal, I would be sure to think twice about what I chose to get when I went out. That is something that will be very helpful to all South Carolinians and visitors that choose to eat here. Especially if they think what they are getting to eat is healthy when in actuality it isn't.
Exactly. And it's something that can be mandated very easily and with little cost to almost everyone.
How were you thinking restaurants would go about doing this? Just putting a calorie value beside each description of food choice in a menu?
For food service establishments with full printed menus, yes. For places that have menu boards, The calories could simply be listed next to the price of each size item. I saw an example of this out in Los Angeles, and the menus never looked crowded or disorganized. All they need to do is add a few numbers and it will make all the difference.
This is such a great idea, Erin. I learned in one of my public health classes that South Carolina has an obesity rate of 31% and it is expected to be as high as 63% by the year 2030. Having food service establishments take up a responsibility in making us aware of what we're really putting into our bodies could really open people's eyes to the harm some foods are causing. This is especially true knowing that obesity can easily lead to type 2 diabetes, strokes, high blood pressure, and many other preventable diseases.
You're exactly right. I can't wait to present my policy brief to the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control and see if they support it and can take this idea further in our government. Posting caloric information on all types of food service menus is something that is easy, cost-effective, and can really make a difference in lives of every South Carolinian. Hopefully this can be one more step in fighting the obesity epidemic in our state.
I think it really will. And you have my full support the whole way.
Thanks. But all this talk about food has really gotten me hungry. Are you still planning on grabbing something to eat?
Absolutely. As long as we can look up how many calories are in what I'm planning on getting so I can get my healthy lifestyle back on track.
I couldn't have said it any better myself.